Hi y'all, it's Kimberly here. Thank you for coming to my channel. Well, if y'all haven't seen all over the news, the manhunt for Casey White, an escapee from the Lauder County, Alabama jail, and a corrections officer by the name of Vicky White. They have the same last name, but they are not related. It's not clear whether she assisted this person in escaping or whether she was taken by force. They are investigating whether there was any type of relationship between these two. It's not clear. They're not really sure of that yet. But there is a warrant issued for Vicky White's arrest. And this is also maybe a little bit ahead of the investigation, but I believe that's also for her protection in the event that she's been taken by force. Because if there's a warrant arrest for somebody in this kind of situation, then law enforcement can be looking for them actively and arrest them if they're seen in public and bring them to safety in the event that they're being coerced. But even though the investigation's not really clear or over with into the facts of whether they had a romantic relationship or any kind of relationship whatsoever, but he was in another jail in, I believe, Jefferson County, somewhere else. I think as far back as February, and then he was transferred to Lauderdale County, and that's not really a very long amount of time, to develop a relationship. But jailhouse relationships and romance, they can be, I think, sparked up pretty quickly, and especially if it's this person may appeal to that person. Vicky White was a widow. She had no children, so there may have been some kind of reason for her to have this relationship if she is lonely or something in that way. But she also could have been coerced and taken by force. She was said to have been taking him on a mental health evaluation, even though there was no appointment or nothing scheduled for that day, but that is the reason that she gave for taking him from the jail. And she also broke protocol by taking him by herself, because they normally take two people, or two corrections officers usually take one inmate for safety reasons, but she did not have a partner to go with her. She did this by herself. So there's some possible implication that she did this as a ruse to be able to get him out of the jail. And she is also the assistant director of corrections in this facility, which gives her a little bit of power and to manipulate the schedule, which they believe that may have been done because there were not any other officers available at that time to go with her. All the other officers had been scheduled to take other inmates on other to do other errands or do other situations with these inmates. And so that could be a possibility that she did that on purpose to make sure that she had only access to him with no partner. And if she did facilitate this escape by doing something like that, she's ruined her career, her life as she knows it now. But she did sell her house 2 months ago, and she turned in her retirement papers the week before this happened. And the day that this occurred was supposed to be her very last day at work. So I kind of think that seems a little fishy, that, all this falls into place and then these two end up disappearing together. And this guy, he's a bad dude. He is serving 75 years for various crimes like home invasion, carjacking, and other dangerous crimes. And he's also he confessed to killing Connie Ridgway in 2020. Although he confessed, he pled not guilty, and he is being charged with capital murder in this case. So he has even more reason to want to leave prison, because if he is convicted, which he did confess to, and maybe he may have thought, I really shouldn't have done this, I made a mistake in doing this, so I'm going to escape. And he did try to do that in 2020. He tried to escape from jail, but he was stopped. So he attempted again, I believe so, with this person, Vicky White, whether by force or whether she was assisting him. I'm really kind of on the fence about that. But some of the stuff, the evidence of her selling her house and the very last day of her retirement, this happens. And she's breaking protocol by only her being the only person to assist, this person in being taken from the jail in a car by herself with an inmate. To me, that's very telling. And also, her mother did not know, although she was living with her mother after she sold the house. The mother gave an interview with CNN and was not aware of, per se, a retirement plan or her retirement situation. So that's kind of odd too, I believe. And whether, she was coerced or by free will, they are looking for her. A warrant for her arrest has been issued. And I believe, even though they're still investigating whether there's any type of relationship between these two, whether it's a romantic relationship or some kind of situation that she may have gotten herself into, a warrant, even though they're not, whether it's been issued, even though they're not through with an investigation, it's generally they do these things for their safety in case this person is seen in public and they may be under that person's under coercion by this person, even though they may be in public together. That gives an officer a reason to arrest her or that person, whoever it may be, and take them into custody for their safety. So she has been, or the arrest warrant's been issued, and they are actively looking for these two. And he's kind of hard to miss. The guy is 6'9", and he's going to be sticking out in a crowd. I don't know how they're going to really live. Although she's sold her house, I don't think she's got any amount of wealth, really, because she is working as a corrections officer and selling her house. So she's trying to gather money together. And that's not really going to last very long, being on the run, even if they're living cheap or trying to conserve. And they're not really in a good way, I guess, as far as money, for wanting to live for the rest of their life. If they live a natural, normal, healthy life and live a long life, they're going to have to eventually get jobs, probably. By the time that, they spend money on housing, and if they're looking for housing, they're going to want something that is secluded or probably private, away from a lot of people, because, like I say, this guy's 6'9". He sticks out. He's going to be noticed. So it's probably going to be pretty hard for him to be in the public eye and be walking around in public and with her. So this is kind of a situation for them. I don't know how they're going to work this out. If they are doing this, if she is, doing this of her own free will, but if she's being coerced, then seeing this woman with this guy who is that tall, I think that kind of gives her a little bit of a chance to be taken into custody for her safety. So be on the lookout for a 6'9" man with another. I really don't know how tall the other person is. Vicky White. His name is Casey White. She's Vicky White, and beware, they could be your new neighbors, and hopefully they do find her safe. I kind of think it would be. This may sound strange or weird, that hopefully she did have her own free will, instead of her being, taken by force. Although she may have ruined her life by doing it by her free will, at least, there's a lot less possibilities of something worse happening to her. She would probably end up going to jail and, losing her job and losing everything else, but at least she wouldn't be harmed. And I just find this to be one of those strange stories where women do this for men that are... There was another corrections officer that did that last year, I believe, maybe a year or two ago. I can't remember her name, and she was married, and she helped, I think, 2 people escaped with her, and she was a corrections officer, and they caught these two, this couple, and I just find that women who do that, that is just unfathomable to ruin your life in that fashion. And hopefully maybe she'll come to her senses if she did it of her own free will and turn herself in, or maybe if not by her own free will, like I say, if the somebody sees them, reports them, if she is taken into custody for her own safety, that would be the best thing that would happen. Okay, thank you, and thank you for coming to my channel. See y'all later. Bye.